People ask us, what is this left is best? It's become our hashtag logo for really, I think it was since, Matt, when was it? Was it like in November of 2016 or before then?
Yeah, I think it, I don't know. I have to look that up, honestly.
At one point, there was a story that and I believe this took place in Connecticut, that a Connecticut home had been like defaced. There had been vandalism.
Of a playground, I think.
Or maybe it was a playground, right? And all these leftists had gone on there and they wrote all these like leftist sayings like, left is best. And
this was July 6th, 2017. Well, this was when the report was, so it might have been earlier. In June.
And now when we say left is best, it sounds like a very reasonable thing to say. At the time, it just sounded ridiculous.
Or it sounded very scary.
The other things
Antifa might have put that out there.
This guy, Stephen Marks, wrote was among the messages, kill Trump, Bernie Sanders 2020, death to Trump, and left is best.
And left is best. And that guy ended up getting caught because he was on camera, and it turned out he was actually a Trump supporter, and that was it. Well, we have another such story in the Star Tribune. Brooklyn Center, I guess that is, where is that, Matt? Do you know?
It's a suburb of Minneapolis.
Yeah. And Brooklyn Center, a 30-year-old man, Denis Molla, was in the U.S. District Court in Minneapolis, and he pled guilty to wire fraud in connection with a fire that leveled his detached garage, charred 2 of his pickups and a camper with a Trump flag, and inflicted minor damage to the home on September 23rd, 2020.
We covered this, did we not?
Did, yeah. And we called it that it was likely a lie.
Yeah.
I think we said it was likely a lie.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can get into why we maybe suspected that it was a lie.
It turns out that he made it appear as if he had been targeted by activists on the political left and then collected an insurance payout. And the defense attorney, Ryan Gary, wrote to the court that his client should be spared prison and put on probation. He was in a heated argument with people on the other end of the political spectrum, which ignited an illogical idea to commit this illicit act.
He was owned hard online.
Yeah.
This is the left made me do it.
No, this was just a moment of political passion for his ideals. It had nothing to do with the tens of thousands of dollars that he received in insurance payments.
Yeah, let's call it.
But either way, it was the left who made him do it. He wanted to make a statement that the political left, who he saw as attacking his own political beliefs, was not better than the political right. Okay, so now he wanted to show that the political left could burn down your garage just like the political right.
But it turns out it was me.
Turns out the political right did it to me, and I am on the political right.
And in fact, I am the political right.
It's like, I can totally put myself in the shoes. Like, suburbia, I think, makes you an insane person, particularly if you spend a lot of time online. And this guy, I think he probably in his heart thought, like, they would do this if and I'm going to prove that they do stuff like this by doing it.
I mean, the left, they're just so they're all criminals and tough on crime. So I'm going to do the crime to show why they're tough or loose on crime.
It'll prove it to everybody.
Soft on crime.
They're so lazy. That's why they don't do it. And this is what he spray painted on the garage in the wake of him burning up his own stuff.
Is there a picture?
Biden 2020.
Oh, yeah, up here.
BLM and
Antifa.
like an attempt to try and do an anarchy sign.
Oh, anarchy.
Yeah, A with the circle, and then it usually needs a line. But can you imagine?
Well, actually, if you go back to that anarchy sign, just the heads will know that the anarchists themselves draw the A with the sort of A-frame lines going through the circle. That's to show that you aren't confined by boundaries. So actually drawn within the lines there kind of shows that that's not a real anarchist.
To be fair, that actually might explain why those anarchists actually participated in the election and voted for Biden in 2020. They were so excited about Biden because they're the anarchists who don't like to go outside the lines.
Yeah,
right, the electoral anarchists.
When they heard Biden tell donors that nothing would fundamentally change, the anarchists said, "That's my jam."
But only the ones who don't go outside the lines. But the amazing thing about this is the total ignorance that the right has of who the left is. Like, they have believed that Barack Obama was a socialist, a communist. They genuinely believe it. They know it's a slur, but they also think it's real. Now, of course, they don't know what those things are. It's the same thing with woke. It's all of it. There's no, it's the same thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene she's an incredibly powerful politician, at least within the context of the direction of the Republican Party. And, she's one of the top fundraisers. She doesn't know what Glass-Steagall is. I mean, this is just sort of like, it's stunning. The level of ignorance that is not indicative of the right. It's almost like compulsory.
They're an anti-intellectual party. I mean, this is what's happening with anti-expertise and anti-intellectualism.
And totally afraid, like, to them, anarchists versus communists, that's like vampires and Dracula, and werewolves.
Werewolves.
Yeah, exactly.
And did you play yesterday the stuff about Fox News saying, don't worry about going outside with the dust?
We opened with it.
It's just soot.
Yeah, it's just soot in your lungs. It's natural.
It's like what you have in India, like 1.9 million. I'm sure you talked about this yet. Like 1.9 million people a year die in India from air pollution.
Yeah, and we just showed, like, there were University of Chicago studies about air quality that if there were to be changes in air quality in India, it would increase life expectancy by 5+ years or something to that effect. It might have been 6.
I mean, that guy is literally like a tobacco lobbyist,
well,
or like a spokesperson.
He's pro smoke and lungs, regardless of how it gets there.
Right. Yeah.
For money.